This is the case study of Clara. I was a teacher in charge of a resource base, and I was working with a little girl of the age of 7. Clara was diagnosed with global delay. When she entered my classroom, she was so uncoordinated. She just literally stumbled through the door. You could hear her clumping across the classroom. She then would fumble to take her coat off, sit at a table. She always used to look around, and after about 10 seconds of sitting, she'd get up again. If you looked at her chair and she wasn't there, you could guarantee that she would be on somebody else's chair, doing something else that she was not told to do. Looking at Clara and looking at her experiences, traditionally it would have taken a whole academic year to get her to sit on a chair for longer than 3 minutes. But one day, as I was teaching the class, I felt motivated to say these words. These words were all about one's mindset. Without missing a beat, Chloe was fixated on what I had to say. It was almost as if she froze in time. She was eager to hear when I said these words. You can do it. You can do it if you put your mind to it. She loved that rhyme, and without being asked to say it, she began to repeat it. You can do it. You can do it, she stated. If you put your mind to it. She used to giggle every time she said it. It used to amuse me to see how elated she was with that positive mindset statement. And looking at her academic levels, she was working at a learner of the age of around 2 years old. But every time she said the words, you can do it, if you put your mind to it, the concentration seemed more focused. We often talk together. So then she would be looking at me to respond. This turn taking really worked with her. So we built on my turn, your turn. She really enjoyed that. So very often, if I asked a question, Chloe, what colour is the chair? Your turn. She would say yellow. I think. I'm not sure. What do you think? Your turn. And she developed concentration through the your turn, my turn technique. Following this, I literally threw caution to the wind and gave her any book she wanted to read and anything she wanted to write. So we practice every day to form our letters. Then we practice putting the sounds of the letters together. Then we practice our finger spaces. Then we practice putting a punctuation at the end. And just before she read the sentence, she would say, you can do it. You can do it if you put your mind to it. And 8 times out of 10, she would read the sentence she had just written correctly. By the end of that academic year, we were 2 months away before the summer holiday. And using you can do it, if you put your mind to it, Clara had begun to say sentences independently. She came in the classroom, found her work, sat, very still. Refusing to be distracted, she used to announce, "I can do it. I can do it, if I put my mind to it." And with that, she wrote sentence after sentence after sentence. I actually gave her a little test. I gave her a picture and I said, "Clara, can you describe," which was a big word for Clara, "can you describe what's in the picture?" She said, "Yes, and I'm going to write it." And one particular day she wrote a beautiful paragraph. "I can see the duck go stop. It is brown. Go stop. It can go on!" Exclamation mark. I was so impressed with her lovely writing that I went and shared it with other staff members and told them how excited I was. When we looked at her levels on entry, we discovered that she had made a 210% achievement before the end of the year. One member of staff said, "She's actually surpassed the children in my class who were working at age 7. To this day, I'm saying, well done, Clara. You did it. You did it because you put your mind to it. Children need to be taught self-belief. Self-belief actually takes a leap of faith. Faith is a skill. Why not try it today?